It is one of the best weeks of the year, and no, I'm not talking Halloween. I'm talking Eagles, Cowboys, and today those stinking Cowboys have fed the birds some great bulletin board material. We will talk about all of it coming up. What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into A to Z Philly. You know the drill by now. Drop a like if you enjoy this video. Subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage. We are back and just a few days away from the Eagles taking on the Cowboys as those Cowboys travel to the Link. You know it's going to be a rowdy environment. Things are going to get hectic, but I was a little bit concerned a few days ago. I said, okay, Cowboys coming off this high win. Maybe they come in here, put up a lot of points. Now I feel so much more confident, and I will tell you why in just a few seconds. But give me your initial thoughts. Do you think the Birds are going to win this game? Can they go out there and rock the Link and kind of bounce back from a little bit of a shaky game against Washington? Give me your thoughts down below. Before we jump into mine, a shout out to our sponsor of today's video, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA. And receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Right now, the Eagles a slight favorite, but on the spread, they're being given 3 points. So around even on this game, as again, they are at home. But let me go over a few quick roster moves real quick just to keep us updated as we proceed forward here with the week. The Eagles have signed Julio Jones to the active roster. They have opened the 21-day practice window for Cam Jurgens, and they have signed EJ Jenkins to the practice squad. This is all great news. I mean, Julio Jones reeled in his first touchdown as an Eagle. Great big red zone target. You know, maybe doesn't have nearly as much as he did before, but he can still be an effective player. And I said this when he signed, you know, teams have to hold him accountable down in the red zone. He's not just another guy, another body you throw out there. So I'm excited to see what Julio can continue to do. And now he's here for sure. Cam Jurgens, on the other hand, right, 21-day practice window, that's a positive sign. He's coming back soon, getting back into game shape, and I'll tell you what, man, the Birds could definitely use him. He has certainly been rock solid, and, I mean, he's going to be good for a long time, so they do need to prioritize his health, but, you know, they could really use him here over the next couple weeks as they play these tough games. And I want to talk about what Jason Kelce said today on the brotherly shove. We're still talking about this play. The Eagles finally missed one. They fumbled the other day. And he says, quote, "The exchange is an underrated part. There's a lot of movement while the ball is being snapped, people pushing. Jalen never had that ball clean. Between me, Jalen, and the movement and pushing, we have to clean it up. I feel bad because that fumble gets labeled on Jalen, but it was a snap procedural thing. It's not like he got stripped of the ball. He never got the ball." And that's what I said immediately on the post game. That's what it looked like. Kelce didn't really snap it the right way, and Jalen never really had possession of it. So, you know, it's not going to work once in a while, but, you know, given the consistency rate the Eagles are converting it at, I'd say it's a pretty damn good play, and it should show the NFL that, you know, not every team can do it. Not even the Eagles can do it 100% of the time. And, you know, it's just a skilled play. You have to have the strategy and the personnel to make it happen. But let's talk about these stinking Cowboys. Man, I feel so much better today. Let me tell you. Remember a couple weeks back when Jerry Jones made a brutal flaw of a mistake, and he went out there before that 49ers game that we talked about, and he said, you know, this is a benchmark game. This is a benchmark game, and the Cowboys can hang with the Niners, and this will show us how, you know, we can get to the Super Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. Just like all of those nauseating fans go out there, and they preach that the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl every year, and they preach they're the best team of all time, and they're America's team, this and that. Jerry Jones made a bad mistake. What happened? The Cowboys got absolutely flattened by the 49ers. And you know what? I'll give him some credit. He actually picked up on his mistake. He realized it. Jerry Jones this week is not making any bold claims. Reporters were asking him why why this team can hang with the Eagles this week and why they can hang with the Niners. Jerry Jones refused to say that the Cowboys were on the level of these teams. Quote, "We belong in the upper echelons, but I'm not going to say we belong in the field with San Fran, and we haven't played Philly. I'm anticipating Philly being what they look like, so I don't want to go that far." He doesn't want to go out there and say something he's going to regret in a couple days. Good job, Jerry Jones. Yeah, I'm actually giving him credit. That's how you learn from your mistake. Remember a couple years ago when Nick Sirianni fired up the Cowboys with all the dog shirts and that whole, saying, and really just kind of pissed off the Cowboys. And what they do, they came out and smacked you. You didn't run the ball, etc. You learn. However, there's still another guy, very important piece of the equation, that has not learned. Dak Prescott, after hearing about this, after hearing about Jerry Jones telling the media he doesn't want to really talk about the Eagles game, he doesn't want to, quote, poke the bear, he doesn't want to rattle the snakes, he doesn't want to get in, to the Eagles locker room and have them put a picture of his face up on the bulletin board and say, we're going to go smack it because of what this guy said. He doesn't want to do that. But Dak Prescott, on the other hand, doesn't care. He heard about it from the media and said, quote, "Pour honey on me. Pour honey on me. If I'm ever in a fight with a bear, pour honey on me." So Dak Prescott goes completely against what his owner said, didn't remain humble. Now, again, it's good to have confidence. It's good to say, we're, as good as this team, we can compete, right? We just put up a lot of points last week. Perfectly fine. But the pour honey on me, guess what? Now you're about to get eaten alive in the damn woods, Dak Prescott. You're going to see Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick running right at you, pouring honey right on you, and they are going to eat you alive. The Cowboys once again made a brutal mistake here. They always do the same thing, whether it's the fans, the organization, the players, and honestly, that's why they don't win anything. They don't win a damn thing. You know what's crazy? And I'll admit this. They always have a pretty good roster. They have a lot of talent on their roster. Very good team. And there are Cowboy fans who can stay level-headed, probably the ones that have been fans since 1960 and 1970. I know a couple of them. And they can stay level-headed, and they can go out there and analyze their team in the good and the bad times. But there's a lot of those newer ones who just kind of ride the wave. They ride the wave of the new America's team. And, this is the team that always gets the most headlines, and we want to be a fan of that team. And they always pump them up way too early, and then they go out and they do it to themselves. Dak Prescott didn't have to say that. Now he's going to have an even bigger target on his back. I'm not saying the Cowboys aren't going to be competitive in this game. I'm just saying Dak might get sacked 6 times in this game. He might get smacked, and eventually this will be the result. One of my favorite games, honestly, just moments. There was such a great compilation of reactions from this game with these people crying. Like, this is what happens. This is what happens. I'm not saying the Eagles fans have never had those type of moments. I'm not saying other teams have never had these type of moments. But when you talk too early, when you get a little too confident, maybe that's what I'm doing right now. Maybe. But I'm just here on a talk show giving my thoughts, right? I'm not out there playing the game. Dak Prescott's out there calling audibles, taking the snaps. He's going to see a lot of ferocious monsters up front coming at him. Jalen Carter. Oh, you did it to yourself, Dak Prescott. Jerry Jones tried to learn. He tried to warn you. You don't poke the bear. You saw what happened against San Fran. You got blown out by more than 30 points. The game was over in the start of the third quarter. Oh, it's sweet. It's sweet. Maybe I'll be in a different position in a couple days. But right now, I'm already giving the upper hand to the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a huge game. You win this, you go back up. 1.5, 2 games going into the bye. You're feeling good. Sure, the Eagles haven't played perfect yet. Sure, the Eagles have a lot to work on. But this type of stuff, it's going to be circulating. It will get to the players. It will get in front of their faces somehow, and the fans are going to run with this. You know what Philadelphia does. It is going to be a hostile environment at the Link Sunday afternoon. I cannot wait. One of the best matchups in the NFL. And you know what? The best. One of the best weeks of the season. I can't wait. Give me all your thoughts down below, though, in the comments section. How do you feel about this game? What's your initial thoughts and takeaway? Give me your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. That being said, go Birds, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.